Say what, please? You got the prayer? You wrote it up?
You know, I come prepared.
He's a superintendent
I have a
educator.
mental lapse every now and then.
All right, you good. You good. So you comfortable, sir?
Yeah.
And it took a lot to get him in. It took him 61 years to get him on the end of that couch over there, man. That man is something else.
Keep him, huh?
Hey, he's
Make sure
something
he's
else.
right.
Yeah.
Join us again for the worship experience from the Anderson United
Here we go.
Methodist right here on WOAD.
I just tease. Coach, you gotta run through it. I mean, is it 2 pages? Pages? 2 pages or 1 page? You gotta run through it fast now. Don't be trying to be sexy with it.
Gonna be tough.
Okay, well, do as much as you can. I'll cut you off.
I know you do.
Hey. That's why we work so well together. Miss Sanders, you ain't got to sit here the whole day now. You don't have to sit here the whole day. Okay. Just throw your finger up at me. You do that well.
I'm trying to pay off my debt. That's all.
From yesterday.
From yesterday.
That was 10 hours. You got to give me an hour and a half today. Then.
No, that wasn't the agreement.
Prayer. We ready, Brother Claude? Brother Claude.
It is now time for the Solid Rock broadcast for Ward 3 City Kenneth Stone. His brother Howard Sanders. Good morning, gentlemen.
Hey. Brother Claude, when I hear your voice, you missed your part, Coach.
There's no other way.
All right, we're going to hurry up. We got a lot to say in a short amount of time to say it in. Brother Claude, when we hear your voice, we know that we are being favored and it's time to serve. And I got a big superhero in the building today, Coach Abasi.
We do.
Then I got a 1.75 hero in the building today. It's a pleasure to have him here. Go right ahead and let him know who we represent today, Brother Obasi, Coach Obasi.
We are so excited for being here today. We represent Team Stokes. Kenneth I. Stokes. I want to make sure we understand it. That's our councilman, Ward 3. He's doing a great job in making sure that everybody in the community can hear about all different resources we have in the community. Now, he has a great team, and his team is Miss Jones and Miss Carr. And if you want to reach out to his team, you can call 601-960-1090. And you can make sure you call between Monday and Friday. Start at 10 a.m. At 5 o'clock, they're out the door now. So make sure you call. If anything you want to find out, Team Stokes can help you.
Got a lot to say in a short amount of time to say it in. So I want to make sure that we introduce our listening audience, our viewing audience, and be sure to tap in at 11 o'clock Community Strong Fort Jackson, MS. We are broadcasting from Visions with the Z Unlimited Studios, but you really got to tap in because this 30 minutes goes by really fast. Well, we got 26 minutes. It goes by really, really fast because we've got someone that has a very intense vision for the city of Jackson, already putting the work in, and it's going to continue to put the work in, Coach Abasi, regardless of what the outcome is.
That's true.
All right, so let me introduce him real quickly with just a few of his accolades. This is Mr. David Archie, superhero.
Good morning. Good morning, man. I'm just sitting here enjoying hearing somebody else talk.
All right, let me hit this part here then. He is not a Chihuahua. He is not a poodle. He's a bulldog that bites back, and I don't mean him. And I don't mean a Mississippi State bulldog. He's a JSU graduate, Department of Human Service, early detection fraud prevention investigator. That's one of his experience. Hinds County Sheriff Department is another experience. Jackson Public Schools is another experience. He's had an opportunity to work for 3 different entities: city, county, and state. How in the world did you pull that off, Brother Archie?
That's amazing, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
I mean, different entities, different departments. I don't know. I guess the good Lord found a way, in order for me to go in there and do that stuff.
Well, we want to thank you.
I enjoyed it.
We want to thank you for being where you were, where you are, and where you're going to continue to be. Hinds County Supervisor, District 2. He's the only supervisor honored in the history of the state of Mississippi in Hinds County for excellent. There's a difference between excellent and good.
Yeah, let me say that when I didn't know anything about that in the beginning, I was just doing the work, going to the classes. Sometimes you don't want to be there, and I stayed there and continue to stay there. We travel from different conventions in the state of Mississippi in different parts of the state, and they have this big convention on the Gulf Coast.
Okay.
And they said that they was going to honor some supervisors in the state in terms of excellent government, and I was one of the, well, actually the only one from Hines County ever been honored excellent in government. I mean, that includes Benny Thompson, who was supervisor, Doug Anderson, Peggy Hobson, all of them. I don't know if they ever received that honor.
Okay. Well, we want to thank you for being. That means that you know how to build relationships and how to network.
Absolutely.
Coach, back in the day, we used to call it no reflection. And I missed out on this class. We used to call it eating cheese.
Eating cheese.
And I regret that term being applied to knowing how to efficiently and effectively network. That's a big difference.
That's right. Being efficient and effective is very important because you build these long-term relationships. Very important.
Right. And Mr. Archie, Brother Archie, it's okay for me to use the word brother?
Brother is just
Superhero
fine.
Archie is going to be able to elaborate on that for us. Before we get too extended in this, because we got some more bio, Coach.
Yes,
We ain't
yes.
even got started good yet. Let's do the prayer. And I got my superhero in here today, Mr. Howard R. Sanders, representing the Delta.
Yay!
Hold on.
All right. Howard R. Sanders.
Howard R. Sanders Sr. I done ran that name through, but I'm okay now. I'm earning it back. Mr. Sanders, would you be so kind as to introduce yourself and let the viewing audience know and the listening audience know who you are, sir?
Well, I'm going to clap my thunder. I am so proud to see the product that I brought in this world.
We've been through hell and back.
But I'm from Hollandale, the great city of Hollandale, Mississippi. I've been there most of my life. I was born out at Tougaloo. I'm one of the Mormons, and I was the superintendent there for 18 years. I worked in that school system all of my life. I paid for 41 years, and never left the community.
So we got two community activists.
It never left the community.
We got an elder and a middle elder, and I'm a middle elder too, sitting on the couch together. Sir, would you be so kind as to fill our vessel with a prayer this morning?
Certainly. Heavenly Father, on this beautiful Sunday morning, we thank you for the gift of life. We come to you with great gratitude and humility. Thank you for the blessings of this day, for the opportunity to worship and rejuvenate. Lord, guide our hearts and minds so our thoughts will be within your light.
Yes.
Let our actions be reflective of all we do today. Let us all say amen.
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 Hey.
You ought to feel better behind
Let
that.
me tell you, Brother Archie, he might need to do his own show. He's sucking up all the time. Well, Mr. Sanders, I just can't thank you enough for being in the videos and for being a part of my life and continue to have patience in me, because I ask him all the time, am I boring? And he always lets me know, not by any means are you boring at all. Brother Archie, we just handed you 2 sheets over there, sir. We call this the mind food.
Mind food.
Mind food.
Mind food.
Mind food. So what you're going to do, sir, is you're going to read it, and then you're going to give us an interpretation from your experiences and your travel.
All right. Turn it over and read it.
Yes, sir.
Let's see here. The real flex is learning to raise your emotions, intelligence, so toxic people can't play mind games with you. Learning to pause before action. Pronounce that word for me. I can't pronounce it.
Manipulator.
Manipulator.
Yes, sir.
It's tough with me with M sometimes. Can't disrespect you and blame you for your negative reactions, and learning to say no. Takers can't take from you. Wow. Should I answer that one? And
It's your show. Go right
Okay,
ahead, sir.
Yeah. However you want to do it.
couple things. So many times you get emotion by stuff that you know,
Yes.
and you know when someone is trying to, to play the stuff that you know,
Yes.
and that is the intelligence. Um, but if you don't be careful, it can become toxic if you don't stand for what you know and express it and explain it in the way that you know. And many times you could get in trouble, but and when you learn to pause before your reaction, and I've learned to do that, and that just happened on yesterday. There was a young man that was in an argument with a family member. I told the young man, I said, just pause, young man, and just take a deep breath.
Mm-hmm.
Just pause and take a deep breath. He did that. Things worked out, just fine. Um, sometimes when you talk about the negative reaction and learning to say no, so takers can't take from you. Sometimes when you're right about something and you stand on you being right about something, sometimes it is perceived another way. But as long as you know that you're right about it, you shouldn't care about what the reactions are. Just be in the right.
Just be in the right.
Just be in the right. And now, you can do it in many different ways. You can be in the right in a calm manner. You can be in the right. Sometimes people get to screaming to show who's right, who's wrong. And most of the time, there's right, there's a wrong. And most people that want to lead you down that road wrong, you have to stand on right, and sometimes you get in trouble for it. But it always reminds me of one thing: is that when you're right, many times you don't reap the benefit of being right. If you're a leader of a family, the benefits is that the youngest ones that you're raising, or your children or your grandchildren, you know what right is. They just don't know what right is because you've already experienced it, right? So the
Mm-hmm.
benefits of that right comes along later because you have prepared them in right, and they don't go the wrong way, or you can lead them in the right way. Also reminds me of a lot of young parents.
Mm-hmm.
They go along to get along with the kids,
Mm-hmm.
and know good and well what they're doing is not right.
Lift.
Mm-hmm.
Right? They're trying to be the friends,
Mm-hmm.
and if they just stand on right, I just believe that a lot of times that communities would be much better. Communities would be much easier. Coach, I've been watching you. That you've been mentoring a lot of young kids, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you stand on right
Got to.
with those young folks. And so, but the reaction is not always good by
Right.
everybody,
Yes.
and they'll try to get you off track,
Mm-hmm.
right? But when you stand on right, you don't have to worry about the takers, um, the so-called takers, as y'all got it here, taking.
Mm.
You just standing on.
Powerful, powerful. Words of a superhero. Would you go ahead and hit that other one for us, please, Brother
Yeah,
Archie? Yeah,
yeah.
check that one out right there.
Oh man, George Washington Carver. When you do the common thing in life and in uncommon ways, you will command the attention of the world. So I can relate to that
Yes.
as a supervisor for Hinds County Board of Supervisors. Um, Here we're talking about doing the common thing. So I was doing the common thing that was being a supervisor, but I created uncommon ways, and it commanded attention of this county and the state
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
because I was very unorthodox.
Yes.
And challenging the status quo and going against the grain to bring about good change and getting into good trouble to get the people to understand what was happening, what was going on. And that's the leadership. But sometimes the leader are taken out. You know, they're destroyed. Good people. Martin Luther King, great guy, did a lot for the world. But there were some folks that didn't appreciate what he was doing, the good stuff and the right thing, so they took him out.
Facts.
Right? Mega, right here in the state.
Yes.
I live in a community in which Mega died in, you know, shot down in his car, doing a lot of good stuff, a whole lot of good stuff, right? And in doing that good stuff, there were some people who was not pleased. But he challenged the status quo. He went against the grain. The very same people that he was trying to get to vote,
right,
are the very same people throw rocks at him, said, "Leave that alone. We don't need that. We shouldn't be doing that. We just in peace in where we are." Yeah. He said, "No, it's a better way."
That's right.
And I'm willing to die for it. So that's an uncommon way of doing things. Everybody's not going to do that.
Mr. Sanders, you kind of snickered over there. You familiar with what Brother Archie just said?
Yes, I am, about destroying the people who have the best interests for the community.
Wow.
Yeah.
Live through it.
That's right. Absolutely.
And not only that, the gentleman there, I met him when I was a child. His Booker T. Washington's sister-in-law lived right up the street from us.
Okay.
Simmons. Yeah. She was married to the first principal of Hollandale that started that school district back in 1890.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Some great history there.
Yeah. Not only did he come to Hollandale, also Booker T. Washington had visited Hollandale.
Wow.
That was back in the 50s, 40s.
So I talked about Mega and I talked about Martin, and now let's go to Malcolm.
Okay.
Right? And we know how Malcolm was perceived in the beginning by Caucasian and other folks in the world.
I like the way you said in the beginning.
In the beginning, yeah.
In the beginning.
Timeline.
Absolutely. And so when he was able to study more, understand what this thing was all about, he went and re-educated himself.
Yes.
Because at first he was just standing on the grounds of what the Elijah Muhammad would say and do and honor him.
Yes, sir.
But he even thought that it was bigger and better. And then when he began to travel to Mega, some of the same people that he was against, he learned to understand what they was about and what the world was about. And then now he got two sides of teaching and understanding. And then when he came back to America, after traveling to Mecca, he was a totally different person. But the knowledge what got him there.
Okay.
And so people that I have an old saying, it's better to have and not need the knowledge than to need the knowledge and not have the knowledge. And when you have the knowledge, you can use it at any given time. And so I hold on to the teaching and the understanding of those three great leaders. There are others, but everybody understand those three that's been out there for so long. But there's a lot of folks that have been on the ground doing the work,
right?
That didn't reap the benefits, or just here in Jackson, Mississippi. You can say Councilman Kenneth I. Stokes. People don't know if something happens to Councilman Stokes tomorrow, there's going to be a situation that folks going to be saying, man, I sure hate he's not around. He was doing this. He was doing that. Sometimes we don't appreciate it until the people are gone.
Coach, you got shout out about 6 or 7 bullets, and then we're going to let our superhero Archie kind of let us know what he got going on and what's coming up. We got about 8 minutes, so go right ahead. Shout out,
Okay.
shout out. We
We
got
got
how
some-
many pages? That's about 10 pages.
It's
That's a
about
blog.
15
15
pages
Coach
of
looked at me
major
and said, "Man, what am I supposed to read?" I said, "Read some of
All
it."
right, these are some of it. These are some of the major accomplishments
That the
of-
news don't make you aware of.
Yes.
And that has always been a problem. And so, you know, and when I'm talking to the news media,
No joke.
I tell them, I said, look, you're not telling my story. You're telling what you want to tell because it sells.
It does. Yes, sir.
So-
Go right ahead. We
All right, I'm
appreciate
just
that.
gonna
That's
do
the
a couple of
disclaimer. Go right
All
ahead.
right, so I'm gonna do this as fast as I can.
Okay.
East Side Water Association, $250,000, building a new Pocahontas volunteer fire station. All right, also Livingston Road, $60 million for home, housing, and economic development. Meadowbrook and State Street housing and retail development, $70 million. $25,000 for the countrywide voter outreach. Presidential Hills in Jackson, $750,000 for flooding upgrades. Presidential Hills Edition, $4 million for flooding upgrades. Cynthia Road in Jackson, $380,000 for upgrades. $2 million for ARPA funds for the roads in District 2. County Line Road, $1.3 million to repave. Grove Park in Bel Air, historical marker. Grove Park renovations. Illegal dumping cleanup in District 2. Mega Everest Park, Verdant Addition, $25,000. Mount Oak Park, $35,000. Then Robinson Park, Clinton, $20,000. Rains Elementary Park, Queens, in Jackson, $25,000. And the last one, 4 bridges repair upgrades to $1.2 million. 3 bridges in Clinton, Tennant Road.
Hey, that's just page
That's
one. We're
just-
gonna come back. You guys got to catch us after the
That's
show.
just the first quarter.
That's just the first. Go right ahead, brother
And
Archie.
you never
Never heard that
sa-
before.
I'm like, why don't y'all tell this story?
That ain't gonna.
Right? They want to make you out of the bad guy, and whatever was sell, that's what they want. They ran down to the board of supervisors to talk about the disagreement, and did not get into what the real disagreement about. What they sold to the people just was not the truth.
Right.
The real disagreement was about corruption and getting taxpayers' dollars back to the community so we can fix stuff, our lights, our line, cut the grass, clean the ditches, whatever it is that the community needs. The tax dollars was not getting back, and so the argument came about from that, but they never talked about that side.
You know,
All they said, you hitting the gavel.
I got a superhero that say, "I'll be the bad guy. I'll be the bad guy."
Say hello to the bad guy.
Say hello
Say
to the
hello
bad
to the
guy. Hey, what did when we had Brother Stamps in here? What did he say? "I'll make you famous." How you
Yeah,
said?
he said something
I'll
like
be your
that.
Huckleberry. I'll make you famous.
Yeah, Dekeetha.
Okay, Brother Archie, you got about 4 or 5 minutes just on this radio component of what we're doing. Let them know who you are, sir, and the purpose and the point of why you are doing what you're doing and what you got to do.
So my name is David L. Archie once again, and I'm seeking a position to become the next mayor of the city of Jackson, Mississippi. I'm a well-qualified, connected leader, and being that I can get the job done. And this is the thing. I'm not going to tell you what I'm going to do. I'm telling you things that I've already done. I have sit at the table brokering deals and for money to come back to Hinds County as well as Jackson, Mississippi. I think I was the first and only Democrat elected official to go and sit inside of Sidney Hyde Smith. Now, I don't know if anybody
I
else
heard that.
have done it, but what she told me was that she was surprised and that I'm here. And the things that I went up there to get, guess what? We was able to work it out. And she enjoyed. When we get off air, I'm going to show you some pictures of me sitting at the table with her. We wasn't sitting at the table; she was in a chair, and I was in a chair. A bunch of people were sitting around, but we was able to make sure that Mega Evers got that $20 million that was signed off by all three: Michael Guest, Republican; Sidney Hyde Smith, Republican, as well as Roger Wicker. And then Benny Thompson on the Democratic side.
And we was missing all our media on that day because we didn't see that.
Right. They don't tell you about that, right? And so in the funding, and I talk about the fact that, you know, if you want to talk about relationships. So, but you don't get relationships to benefit you in the good of you. The relationships ought to be built, as another candidate would say, that you got relationships, but